What's up? What's up? What's up? Say, welcome back to After the Snap. I don't know if I'm coming through. Let me see what's going on here. Yeah, I think I am. I think I am. It's just I'm trying to watch myself and talk, and I'm seeing the lag, how long it is before you guys see me start talking. It's a pretty long time. That's a pretty long time. So, speaking of long times, it has been a long time. It's been approximately 20 some odd days since the last time I've been on. And that's because if you are a regular here, you know that, boy, first grandchild was born. So his birthday was August the 4th, and he made his triumphant entry into the world. His name is Ashton, and everything worked out as it should have. So I am let me see. Oh, I am a proud grandmother now, and I am tired because I take like shifts watching the baby, and the first couple of weeks here has been the night shift, which I'm usually up at night anyway. But gosh, it is so different being up with a baby. Then also, daughter-in-law, my Chloe, who many of you have met via the live streams, she's going back to school. Yeah, like seconds after she gives birth, she goes back to school. So that just means grandma is on duty a little bit longer. So Gigi has been getting her quality time with little Ashton. I am going to share a picture, I think, as soon as I find one here to pull up. Let me find a good picture of them so that you guys can see my little munchkin. Um, Gosh, where is it? Doody doody doo. I have a lot of pictures of him, by the way. Don't think that because I'm having a little bit of a time finding one that I don't have any. I've got lots of pictures of little Ashton. But there was one in particular that I wanted to share, and God forbid if I was like, if somebody was chasing me, or I would be in trouble because Ash, uh, let's see here. Let's see here. Oh, I know what I can do. Silly me. Okay, now we can try to share this. Yeah, man, it's been a wild month. Um, and we're gonna get into some of the reasons that I say that. You guys know. There's Ash. There's old Ashton. Say hello. Hello, Granny's baby. That is my wonderful, beautiful, perfect baby. Perfect baby. Let me see. It looks like Angus is trying to. Oh, thank you, Angus. You said I'm looking good, man. Boy, this is the first time I've done something to myself, and I haven't fully done something to myself. This is the first time I've done something to myself since they brought that baby home. Angus knows that usually I'm up all night. He and I chat for a while at night, sometimes on the Discord. By the way, wink, wink, nod, nod. You need to go ahead on and join our Discord if you're not already have not already done so. I'm looking forward to that. Um, so little Ashton is here, and yeah, it's been an exciting time. I've got to pick up my you know the word, itinerary, to see what it was I wanted to talk to y'all about today. It was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot. There was a lot. Um, and I am trying to find my list because I've got a list, checking it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty or nice. And I would probably say most of us have been nice. This has been a nice time. Let me see. Yeah, you would think that I would have had some of this stuff done already, but again, My shift just ended with the baby. The first shift, because I have another one. And first shift just ended with the baby. He is back with his parents now, but why did I hit that twice? But so yeah, first shift just ended. I don't have anything memorized. I usually have a lot of the stuff memorized, like the stuff that I want to talk about. Not today, not today, y'all. So so um man, one of the things I guess we could talk about that's kind of new for the month what's going on in politics. Now, I know we don't generally talk about politics, it's mostly pop culture and entertainment, but this would be popular culture at this point because good lord, when I say, uh-oh, now what happened here? Why has all of Angus stuff messages been deleted? Angus, did you delete messages? I don't know why that would happen. But anywho, I think he'll get back to me and let me know what's going on with that. Um, Said all of these were message deleted, message deleted. That doesn't look good. Oh, but anywho, the Trump stuff. That has become popular culture because every single day I'm looking to see what is going to be the next shoe to drop in this saga. And the thing is, this thing with Trump has been going on for the past 2 weeks, and I'm not gonna hang around in it very long. But this stuff has been happening for maybe 2 weeks now, and it every day it's something new. Every day it is something different. So that has given me a lot to, I guess, pay attention to, consider when we're watching the news. It's a wild time. But that 2 weeks uh, has pretty much encapsulated the news as far as celebrity and entertainment news. There has been a lot. There has been some points we don't have good news. It's been a lot of bad news, a lot of things that make you go, that's good. And yeah, so we're gonna get into a lot of that now. Make sure that if you have not yet done so, that you would hit that like and subscribe button. Like and subscribe, and also I have some goals for this channel. And dang, I didn't send my goals over to this. I'm silly, y'all. I'm gonna get it worked out. But yeah, I've got some goals for this channel, and we are not hitting them right now. But that's fine because if I wasn't hitting them and I didn't have a goal, that's one thing. At least I know what I'm trying to do and where I'm trying to get to, and that is one of the things that I like the most about having goals, setting a goal for the channel. I was kind of flying by the seat of my pants very much for a long time here, and now I'm trying to just see what is it that I want out of this. What is it that I'm trying to get? So yes, we got some goals. I will share them with you on the next broadcast because I'll have everything set up the way I want it. Today I was kind of rushing. Uh, I'm watching stuff. Are you watching stuff? I'm watching stuff. I don't know. I usually do this on Stream Something Sunday, where we talk about some of the things that we are I guess watching on TV, and um, sorry. I just blanked out on y'all, didn't I? It's gonna we got a lot of TV starting, a lot of new streaming stuff starting in September, like tomorrow, from tomorrow until probably the end of September. We are about to be inundated with stuff. It's going to be so much stuff. I am so excited about this. I guess these couple of weeks that we, or these few weeks that we're going to have coming up. Lower Decks is coming back. I believe that's tomorrow. Lower Decks is coming back tomorrow. Then we'll have Handmaid's Tale in September. The Wheel of Time is coming soon. House of the Dragon has already started over there on HBO Max, and we'll also get the Lord of the Rings, Order of the Rings series on Amazon Prime. There are so many things to look forward to, but this House of the Dragon has done its thing over on HBO Max. And let me tell you, I guess Warner kind of has been in need of some good news, right? It's something like we have to have something good happening coming up out of Warner, and House of the Dragon has become the big old W for HBO Max. The first day streams was 2.6 million first day streams, and then over that first weekend 9.99 million, so we might as well make it 10 million views of House of the Dragon. Like I said, it's a big deal. It has been the most successful launch for a HBO Max series. So that is, as long as it's breaking records and it's going in the right direction, this is what HBO Max and Warner Discovery needs right now. Because let me tell you, they've been chopping stuff left and right. They have chopped non-scripted shows. They have scrapped some of the scripted series. They have scrapped a lot of things. They have taken away access to over 200 episodes of Sesame Street. We're talking about the classic episodes, the kind that you would want to share with your little person in your life. Yeah, they got a hold of that and scrapped everything there. So there's a lot going on, and it ain't all good over at HBO Max. But this House of the Dragon thing is what they've been looking for. They have been wanting a win. That is their win. Let's see if we can keep that same energy moving forward through the last part of this year. We probably will talk a little bit more about what is the name of it? Warner, very shortly. And I'm trying to see why did Angus get deleted here? That's bothering me. Yeah, that's bothering me. I don't know what this is all about. Let me make sure it ain't nothing crazy like, oh, you blocked him. No, I didn't block him. Angus is one of my Angus is my member of this channel, so there is nothing that Angus could do short of calling me one of them words, and y'all know what them words are, and he wouldn't do that. Angus will always be able to say, he's my friend. Okay, so anywho. Okay. We also going to discuss A24. A24 just keeps winning. I'm not the least little bit surprised at how good the movies have been coming out of A24. But let me see what this name of this latest movie is. And I'm not talking about the Everything Everywhere All at Once. That was that was the hit before this one. There's another hit, Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. That's the name of the movie. Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Let me tell you, people are saying wonderful things about this. I am super excited. I haven't watched it. Don't ask me what this movie is about. I have not seen it as of yet. But I am saying I'm bringing it up because body or A24 has kind of kicked the door in. Like, we are going to be your little niche studio that is going to give you this horror or give you this stuff that is kind of edgy and pushes the envelope in different ways. Um, they're giving us what we want, which for me, the thing that I had complained about is that everything should not be a remake. Everything doesn't have to be a remake. Everything doesn't have to be based on an existing IP. Give us some fresh and original things, along with the other things that we love, the things that are basically based on other IP, such as the MCU, and the stuff that is being remade, like that's being repackaged for a new audience. I don't mind these things. It's just when our media becomes only that, that is when we know creativity is being stifled, and we want to see new and novel ideas. And I think A24 is giving us an awful lot of novelty uh, in the box office, in movies, and I'm here for it. Let's see. That is, yeah, and I promise you, I don't work for. Okay, Angus, I see you. I see you now. Um, I am very happy that we're getting some original programming or original movies, and they are not just original movies, because if I just want to watch an original movie, I can go over to Tubi, and to not dog out. Oh, Angus said you was put on a timeout by the bot. I sent you a screen capture of the chat window as I saw it. Okay, I'm going to have to. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do something with that bot, because the bot can't be kicking my most faithful viewer out of the chat. That sucks. But thank you for sending that to me. I'm gonna take a look at it and see what the heck is going on. Why the bot is being a jerk. Let me see, what else was I going to say. Oh yeah, so A24 is bringing us things back. Is bringing it back, and I'm here for it. Um, let's see what else did I have to discuss with you guys. Iron Mike is pissed off about Hulu's Mike. Now Hulu, of course, is coming out with a what do you call it? Hulu is coming out with, I'm trying to say it, a documentary, or I don't know if it's a documentary or a biopic. I think it might be a biopic, but it is an unofficial one, um, about Mike Tyson. Now, mind you, Mike Tyson is also coming out with, I think, a biopic or a documentary about his life that he has uh, given his blessing over. So basically, it's like this, and this is a question that I have, and it's a very serious question when you really think about it. When you're making a biopic or a documentary or whatever about the life of a person, especially a living person, should you be able to do that without that person's, hey, David, good to see you too, sir. But should you be able to do a biopic or a documentary about a person who's living, about their life without their permission? For instance, and I had to think about it, even when as it pertains to like true crime. Should I be able to just sit and talk and regurgitate a story in very graphic detail about the worst day in a person's life, or the worst moment in this family's life when they find out that something has gone terribly wrong with their loved one? Should I be able to do that? Or in the case of Iron Mike Tyson, if Iron Mike Tyson is, I keep calling him Iron Mike. If Mike Tyson is coming out with a biopic of his life that he has some creative input on. Should another studio be able to say, well, we want to make one too? And then they just make a biopic without his permission. And of course, a little part of me says, I would like to see what an outside party who is not influenced by the person themselves, what they feel, how they feel about this individual. But at the same time, it's kind of fucked up. You making money off of a person, or potentially making money off of a person who is no input. They're not getting anything out of this. You're telling their story, and they don't get even a piece of the whatever revenue you might make off of their name and their story. Angus says there is a legal distinction between a public figure and a private individual. Tyson's fame puts him in the former. Okay, so because Tyson is a public individual, then he should have to, or he's a public figure, I'm sorry, then he's fair game. Now, as we talk about true crime, true crime stories, these are private individuals, and the fame has been brought about by the horrific nature of one of their loved ones' death. So now, should a company or a studio be able to just, we're going to tell this story. We're not going to use any input of what this family had to say. We're only going to tell this story based on what we have as far as the news and all of this stuff. Is it the same principle with a famous murderer being a victim of a famous murderer? Let's take Jeffrey Dahmer. If Jeffrey Dahmer's victim's family said, we do not want to be part of this Dahmer story, is it the fact that is very well known and it's out there, it's public knowledge? Should they have their story told without their desire to have it told? So Angus, I definitely agree with what you're saying. Mike Tyson is, for all intents and purposes, public domain in a lot of ways, right? Because he has lived his life very publicly in the past. Now let me see. What did David say? David said, I had to switch phones 4 hours and 4 texts, but I got it. It was able to join you all. You're happy. Well, I'm glad you're here, sir. Well, I'm glad you made it. Because, yeah, it's been a while since I sat and talked to you. Like I said, it's been a crazy 3-4 weeks here. And there's plenty to talk about. I wish that I would have been able to jump in and talk to you guys as a lot of these things were happening. Because some of it, you've heard other talking heads talk about it. But, yeah, a lot of this is kind of like, wow, kind of news. Now, the Iron Mike thing is not really like, wow. But it's more like, I thought about it like, that poses a question to me. Angus, you did answer that very well. And I see that David agreed with you. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if you asked 100 people, this thing could go 50-50. That, if you're going to, especially when you're doing it at the same time that he is making his own biopic, we know why these things happen. They're kind of riding the coattails of, oh, the official biopic is going to be out there and people are going to be talking about it. So we'll ride the coattails by bringing out ours at the same time or in the same time period. So anywho, how tired are we of talking about Ezra Miller? Now, as far as being on the Discord, Angus knows we've talked about. Okay, I'm sorry, I missed these 2 comments here. Angus says the facts of a murder case are mostly a public record. A court of law may determine that some elements of a story told will do more harm to victims. Yeah, And then David says, I think victims have different rights than celebrities. I can agree with that. Yes. But yeah, I just thought about it like we are in, because Hulu was wrapped up in another thing where there was, and I can't remember what story they were telling. Whatever the story was, the family was totally against putting out this true crime documentary on Hulu. And they made it very known, very publicly known, that they did not want this true crime documentary that was detailing the most horrific moments of their life. They didn't want it released. They had no input in it, and they feel like the director and the creator of this documentary is basically profiting off of their pain, which is true, right? But that's the same difference with many true crime, not all of true crime podcasts and that kind of content, but many of them are turning a profit off of the pain of others, and they are not asking for the input or permission of the victims' families. And this is something we could talk about. We could do an entire episode of just trying to hash out whether or not it's ethical. But I happen to know the one about the true crime documentary. Hulu should have opted to not release that documentary on Hulu. The Iron Mike thing, I'm leaning towards what you guys. I'm leaning towards being in agreement with you guys, although I'm reluctantly agreeing because I still think a person should retain some parts of their lives, especially when um, that person is still alive to tell their own story. Okay, but I've said it. I've said it. And that's it. Uh, Ezra Miller. You know, we could just keep going over it, and like I was saying, Angus knows we talk on the Discord about Ezra. Ezra has been in trouble, gotten into trouble, doing this whole U.S. tour of getting in trouble. And a lot of the discussion that we were having between ourselves is what are the options that Warner Discovery has. Now, it's been said that this is one of the highest tested movies ever coming out of Warner. So test audiences absolutely love the movie. So now it's like, okay, the movie is actually pretty good, right? Um, the test audiences are eating it up. And Ezra Miller's behavior is such that it could create a problem marketing this movie. So all of us were talking about, oh, well, what can he do? Can they just scrap the movie? Can they get another actor to replace Ezra Miller? Do they release it and not let Ezra Miller do any press? Or, and this is one that I had not thought of as being a viable solution for things, but how about we have Ashton? I'm sorry, Ashton. Ashton is my grandson. He's always in my mind. So if I say Ashton when I'm talking about somebody else, it's because I'm thinking about Ashton. um, Ezra. Ezra Miller is. We can have him. We can have him apologize, or her and them. We can have them apologize and say we're gonna get. I'm gonna get help. And that is what Warner Discovery has opted to do. They said, we're going to talk to Ezra. Ezra steps out and says, hey, I've been messing up. Sorry, I'm going to get help. And then that's like, okay. So now we're hoping that now that Ezra has made this public apology, now that Ezra has said that they're going to get help, that's what happens. Because this kid was out of control, and I know that a payday will make you say and do anything, right? That is going to be one heck of a payday for Ezra Miller. But Ezra got to keep their nose clean. in this meantime, you can't you can ask for forgiveness, and people will say, well, yes, I'll forgive you. But they have to see that you are truly sincere about wanting forgiveness. And one of the things that you will do when you're truly sincere is A, seek help, and B, change your behavior. So hopefully, this is what we'll see out of Ezra. David said, when is the movie supposed to be released? The Flash movie is coming out. They moved the date. It was coming out this year. Now it's coming out next year, but I'm going to get you an exact date because I don't remember. Let's see. The Flash 2023 film is going to be released June 23rd, 2023. So, yes, people are saying the movie is really, really good. Hopefully, if people are taking him or them seriously, they will go out to see the movie. But if not, they can say that the reason why is because of Ezra Miller's behavior. It won't be because if I'm to believe what the test audiences say, it won't be because this was a crappy movie. It'll be because of the behavior of the lead actor. Angus says too much money is a problem for Ezra. It lets them run wild and party too hard. Exactly. And I truly believe that Ezra Miller has some type of mental illness that is, of course, it's excused by being an eccentric person. Oh, that's an eccentric personality. Sometimes an eccentric personality is code for I am mentally ill. And hopefully, if that is the case, if Ezra Miller does have some sort of mental illness, that they go and get help, because again, this is going to be a heck of a payday, and we don't want them to just literally kill themselves with this money. Okay, let's see what else. What else was we discussing? And yeah, the kid just got home from school, Chloe. So I really just gave the baby back. But, I'm kind of used to him being around me all day. Top Gun, still balling. Top Gun, first and foremost, is Tom Cruise's uh, most profitable movie at the box office to date in his long and very storied career. So, congrats. It has also surpassed Infinity War at the box office, and it's coming for a few other movies. Again, we talked about this. This was a gamble that Paramount was willing to make, holding this movie as long as they did till after the pandemic. It is paying off in spades. They, yay! I don't know what else to say. They really did a great job of managing the expectations of this movie. We knew that this movie was going to be a big deal. We want to put this in front of the most people that we possibly can, and it is paying off. This was the type of move that they needed to make with this movie. I am happy. Of course, this is one of those IPs that we already seen a movie. This is like a direct sequel to the first Top Gun movie, but it doesn't matter. People wanted to see it. People wanted the next part or the next chapter in this story, and they got it, and they are loving it. And not to mention that every Scientologist in the world has probably been required to see this movie 2 to 3 times. And that is just me throwing a little shade, because um, Tom Cruise, the actor, is fantastic. Tom Cruise, the Scientologist, I got problems with Scientology, and because he's like the second in command, basically, the second in power in Scientology. That's why that's the problems that I have. It has nothing to do with Tom Cruise, the actor. I just happen to know that this money, a lot of it is going to go to Scientology to continue their reign of terror in Florida and other parts of the world. Okay. Giancarlo Esposito. Um, we see in Giancarlo in so many different franchises. His face shows up anytime we need a villain, right? And not just a villain, a convincing, conniving, horrible, horrible person. And at the same time, with a level of charisma and charm. So when I'm talking about the boys, what's his name in the boys? I can't. Vought. He's the CEO of Vought, or was. He was the CEO of Vought. He is that guy. Um, this was like a nuanced evil person because yeah, every CEO has a little bit of psychopathy to them, or at least that's what I've been told. So we expect him to play just being a small amount psychopathic. Then we saw him in the Breaking Bad franchise of Better Call Saul and the such. Uh, Bad guy, again, convincingly so. Um, we've seen him in the Star Trek universe. Bad guy. Not Star Trek, Star Wars. Silly me. Star Wars universe bad guy. Convincingly so. Um, so he's having a stellar time on TV. And I think that even if we go back to the beginnings of his career where I first saw him on the big screen, he played in a lot of Spike Lee movies. And guess what? In most of them, he played the biggest jerk in the world. He was a jerk. He was a jerk. And he played that role very well for Spike Lee. Giancarlo Esposito has been a villain for at least the last 30 some odd years, right? There have been those rumors that Giancarlo Esposito is going and I'm hoping you guys know. I know Angus knows exactly who I'm talking about. Hopefully everybody knows who Giancarlo Esposito is, but if not, I'm going to put a picture of him up because I forgot that's something that I do have is a photo of him somewhere. As soon as I find it. As soon as I find it. Um, so let's see. Soon as I find it. Hey, Clarence. Now Clarence is getting kicked out. Why is everybody getting kicked out? Why is everybody being kicked out of the chat today? This bot is losing its mind. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I'm gonna have to turn that bot off. I don't particularly know how to do that, but I'm gonna have to turn the bot off because the bot is just kicking everybody out of the chat. I don't understand why. Um, that's Giancarlo Esposito. For those who were unsure of who exactly I'm talking about, that's that fella right there. Um, yeah, he's been a villain for most of my life, most of it. Well, then we've been getting these rumors that Giancarlo Esposito is going to be joining the MCU. Now, um, first and foremost, I love it. I love the idea of Giancarlo Esposito coming into the fold. Right? I love it. I'm excited to see that thing happen. I am also excuse me, I'm sorry. It's that catching up. That sleep deprivation from the baby is catching up. What I'm excited the most about with this Giancarlo Esposito news is that he is he has a wish list. We'll put it like that. Yeah, David, I don't know what's going on why they're kicking my people out of the chat today. And it happened with Angus. It's happened with Clarence. So hopefully, let me see if there's something that I can do. Do I if I can shut the bot off? I'm so afraid that if I do that, that everything is gonna crash. But we'll see. That's not it. Uh, yeah, this sucks. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't be trying to fix this while I'm on, but that's gonna bother me. That is going to bother me because these are some of my best viewers getting kicked out getting kicked out of my stream, and I don't like that. I got to figure out why that's happening. Oh yeah, David, I'm getting quality time. They making sure that I'm working overtime with this baby. Yeah, I'm working overtime with the baby. But it's a labor of love. I love that boy. Already, he's got me wrapped around his little finger, little person. Just love him. But we was talking about Giancarlo Esposito, and I just got sidetracked again. It doesn't take much here lately. And I talked about how he's been a villain forever. Giancarlo has been rumored to be Doctor Doom. Giancarlo has been rumored to be Magneto, and he has stated that he wouldn't mind playing either or. He would like to play either or of those characters, but the character that he wants to play the most in the MCU is Professor X. And you know what? I would be here for it because we've been watching him be a villain for X amount of years. Wink, wink. We've been watching him be a villain for X amount of years, and now um, I would like to see him get the flex and be a hero for a change. Give us that side of Giancarlo Esposito. I am really hoping that he gets his wish, that we see Giancarlo Esposito as not only a hero, but as Professor X in the MCU. Now, there are a lot of people who are saying, well, how they going to do that? Um, it's not your phone. It was happening before you got on, David. So, yeah, it's now what the heck was I going to say? I lost my train of thought again. Yeah, it's high time that we see Giancarlo Esposito play a hero. There are people who are asking, well, you know, uh, the X Men, that right there is supposed to be people from the WW2 era, World War II era. Um, he's supposed to be, Magneto is supposed to be Jewish. And I'm like, well, first and foremost, we might have to change the origin because World War II, if we were to bring uh, these characters in from that era, our Professor X and our Magneto would be roughly 100 years old, or really close. And yeah, they would definitely be over 100 years old. And I don't think the MCU is trying to go that route. I think that what we are probably going to see is the story be told about something different. It has to be told about something different. And if you don't remember, that way back in the beginning when X Men was written, when that comic first became popular, it was an allegory about the civil rights movement, about black people. So now, would it not be poetic justice to see a black actor play this character and make it about black people. You know, that they had their, make it about that era. Make our heroes be a product of that era. Magneto, when he's in the deep south and he watched something happen to his grandparents or his mother. And then you have Professor X, who kind of grew up on the in the upper crust where he could kind of pass. I think that would be a good, if they were going to go that route, that would be a good way to do it. Besides, or even if they don't go that route as far as making it about what it was about in the first place, is to just, flex by giving these characters new backstories and putting the best actor in the job and not just the best black or the best white actor, just the best actor in the role. And I don't see any reason why the best actor couldn't be Giancarlo Esposito. I hope that he gets his wish. um, Speaking of staying in the MCU, Rosario Dawson. I got so much stuff on my board back here. It's on this list here too. Rosario Dawson might have spoiled something in the MCU. And, we know that we're getting Daredevil, Born Again. I think the name of the series is going to be on uh, Disney Plus. I think it's going to be an 18 episode first season when they bring it out. Crazy. That's going to be called Daredevil Born Again. Well, of course, Rosario Dawson played in Daredevil, and she also showed up again Defenders. So she knows a little bit something about the franchise, the series, those little run of series. She let it slip the other day that not only are we getting Daredevil back, that we will be getting the Punisher back. The same actor, John, is his name John Bernthal? John Bernthal is going to be coming back as the Punisher. Now, again, it's just a rumor right now, but she wasn't supposed to let that slip. So I think that she would have information that we wouldn't be privy to, and I believe that we are going to be seeing him as well in the MCU, and I'm looking forward to that. Now, I'm not saying that the series The Punisher is coming back, because to me, you could put all of those Defenders in one series. You could put Daredevil, Luke Cage. You could put Iron Fist, but Iron Fist might fit better with that 10 Ring series. Now, and we could talk about that up one side and down another time. I don't want to get sidetracked because I know how I do. But that 10 Ring series could use Iron Fist. You can use Jessica Jones. Also in this Defenders series with Daredevil, I think that could work. Just have them show up here and there working kind of with each other in that series. We don't need the Punisher to have his own series again, even though I know a lot of people would be very excited to see that. That Daredevil series, man, that right there was the crown jewel of what Netflix had. So I'm eager to see what the MCU does with it. Now, we will be seeing, as my understanding is, we will be seeing Daredevil show up in She-Hulk, but it'll be a lighter side of Daredevil. That is not to say that the series that Born Again, Daredevil Born Again, is going to be a light take. It's just that he is in my in my honest opinion, that they have to keep him the same way that they have the series She-Hulk. She-Hulk is a lighthearted comedic series, and even though and I think tomorrow, if Ashton doesn't require anything extra from me, I think tomorrow I'm going to come back and we can talk more about what's going on with She-Hulk. You can see on my board. This is just stuff ideas that I had, and one of them is how offensive is the Mary Sue critique, because we're starting to hear it already. But I'm not going to go in. I'm not going to go in that direction. I'm not going to. Not today. We're going to talk about what uh what the Mary Sue conversation is, but not today. Maybe tomorrow. And you said, what's that? What character does Rosario Dawson play in Daredevil? Rosario Dawson played. Is it Claire? What was her name? I want to say her name was Claire, and she was the nurse, and she was, the person who was patching up Matt Murdock in the beginning before he got the Daredevil suit. He was getting beat up all the time, and she was the person who was putting them back together in Daredevil. And I liked her in that role. Did. Gosh, Angus, I don't know what's going on. It kicked you and Clarence out. Angus said, "Y'all know how much I love Doom. I think he'd make a fine Victor Von Doom." And again, I hope. Look, just get that man. To me, get him in the MCU in any way, shape, or form. Um, I would rather see myself a younger Doctor Doom, and the person who I have, and I put it on our Discord, but I'm going to share it with you guys because I don't know, everybody doesn't know who Cillian Murphy is, so I'm going to pull a picture up of him so that you guys will know. And I just think, first and foremost, I think he's obscenely handsome, kind of in the same way that, in the same way that let's see, in the same way that I love Benedict Cumberbatch, I love Cillian Murphy. I think Cillian Murphy should be Doctor Doom, and I'm going to first show you the picture and then start going into the, besides the fact that I just like him, the why. The why for me. Okay, so there's Cillian Murphy in all his handsome glory, right? He's a very handsome young man, or he's a handsome guy. Um, I think that he would fit the, especially if we're going in the direction of us getting either a Doom movie or a Doom series on Disney Plus. Then also him matching up with who we would choose to be a Reed Richards character. So Reed Richards is I hope going to be young enough to stay in this character for a number of years. Let's say that there's like at least 10. We can say that the Reed Richards character will be able to hang around for 10 years. Well, we also need Doom to hang around for 10 years. And while we could do that by putting him behind a mask and putting the actor, he's basically not going to be physically seen. So uh, Giancarlo Esposito could very well do this. But if we are going to explore a younger Doom and move through his origin, from his origin to Secret Wars, from during that trajectory, from the origin of Doom all the way till we get to the point of Secret Wars, I think we need a younger actor. Did I take too long to say all that? Cillian Murphy is my choice. I would love to see Giancarlo Esposito do it too, but if I'm choosing, If I just gotta have who, if it's like Tasha, you pick. I'm picking Cillian Murphy. Um, there is there are a lot of this type of young Timothy Chalamet is he comes to mind. Also the kid from Stranger Things. What is his name? Finn Wolfhard. These uh these types, and I'm trying to say. Let's see. I'm trying to find a photo of Timothy Chalamet. Uh, and Nope, that ain't what I'm trying to do. Timothy Chalamet sticks out to me as well as one of the. They're just that's a small picture. They're just pretty, and I know it sounds silly. Um, they're just pretty guys, and that kind of charismatic. I know that number one, um, number one, not just the charisma of these actors, and 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 Doom had that kind of arrogant persona, and he was reasonably attractive before the things that happened that happened to him. Uh, this is Timothy Chalamet. If I can pull that up, I think not for Doom, but for something that type of character. I would like to see this young man play a villain. I would like to see him be a villain in the MCU because the juxtaposition of how just insanely handsome he is, it would make you feel a little bit, funny about him being a villain. I think that he needs to stretch his acting chops a little bit more. Timothy Chalamet does. Cillian Murphy is tried and true. We know what he can do, right? But yeah, and Finn Wolfhard is another one, and I'm not gonna pull his picture up because he's a kid. Uh, Angus says in the comics, Doom wasn't immortal. He aged, though he did get his body regenerated in 2099. Now, that's another thing. If we going to take him from being a young cat that we're gonna see him in his younger or when he and Reed Richards first meet, if we're gonna go from there all the way through his entire career, and then we get to Secret Wars. Uh, I can see it. I can see Giancarlo Esposito embodying that, and like you said, he would age, so Giancarlo Esposito could very well play uh, a Doom on that side of his journey. So yeah, and David, yeah, you're talking. He said, "No, you're doing great," because I just stopped the whole show to start talking about fangirling over Cillian Murphy and Timothy Chalamet. But yeah, those are my that's one of my choices for that. But I'll take either or. I'll take it. Now, what was I about to do? Oh, uh, go back here and see my list. That Disney Plus Day is coming up. And the crazy thing, I have been trying to figure out if DC fandom is going on this year. It's not looking like it is because I would think they would have made an announcement by now. I had been looking it up, and I'm not seeing it anywhere that there's no announcement. They're not mentioning DC fandom. Sorry, but we do know we're getting D23, I believe, in 2 weeks. Let me see when it is. Um, D23. And D23, of course, is that Disney event, the Disney Expo. Um, let's see, September 9th. Wait a minute. Nope. Am I doing that right? I thought it was the second week of September. Let's see what the date is. To steal from the D23 is September 9th through 11th. Yeah, I guess that would be technically in the second week. It just wouldn't be. Anywho, yes. So D23, September 9th through 11th. But before we get there, we are going to get Disney Plus Day on September 8th. And let me tell you, while Warner is having a hard time and HBO Max is cutting everything, everybody, just cutting everybody. Everybody is getting cut. We don't want any parts of anybody. Everybody's getting cut. Um, while that is going on, Disney Plus is like, we are doing our thing. Now, I'm not, and I love the MCU, and I'm a little bit partial to all of these shows and stuff that we've been getting on Disney Plus. Yes, Clarence, Warner can't catch a break. You are correct. It's like, so no DC fandom is not looking good. D23, however, oh no, Disney Plus Day, the first thing we're getting on Disney Plus Day is surprise. Thor: Love and Thunder will be dropping on Disney Plus Day, which is September 8th. So coming soon in IMAX, we will be getting uh, Thor: Love and Thunder at the crib. Now, the next thing you're going to get is Pinocchio. So that live action Pinocchio with Tom Hanks playing Geppetto. First and foremost, on social media today, they have dropped a trailer. The trailer looks good. I'm like, wow, am I going to be watching Pinocchio? And it does look like I'm going to be indeed watching Pinocchio. Now, I'm going to find, or I'm going to go on Twitter. Ooh, Clarence. Ooh, Clarence. It sure is. Let me look. Ooh, you are right. They being disrespectful, making me. They are being disrespectful, making me think. You are so correct. You are so correct, Clarence. Star Trek Day. Then we spent that day together last year. And this year is gonna be, I'm gonna be sitting around talking some Thor Love and Thunder. Let me see what the gosh, I'm glad you brought that up, sir. So segment 1 of Star Trek Day is going to be the welcome remarks. Segment 2, they're going to talk about Star Trek Picard. Segment 3, Discovery. Segment 4, Lower Decks. Segment 5, Prodigy. Segment 6 is Nichelle Nichols tribute, and last segment will be Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. Why did that do that? Stop. 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 Because they're gonna kick me off if they think I'm trying to play their Star Trek stuff. But so yeah, on Star Trek Day, it's also D20. It's also Disney Plus Day. And gosh, the stuff that Disney Plus got coming for Disney Plus Day is just in siggity sane. Let me go and pick up that graphic that I thought I had. Yeah, that just really, you just blew my mind, Mr. Brown. Let's see. Go back to Disney Plus Day. And what else? I'm trying to find. There was a graphic that told everything they got going on for Disney Plus Day, and I am going to share it with you. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. You are so correct. I really lost sight of the fact that that is also Star Trek Day. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. How you gonna try to make me choose? We're going to let me see. Why you not? Why you not? Okay, we're going to get Cars on the Road. Um, Clarence, I'm coming to that. After I talk about all of these Disney Plus shows that we're getting on Disney Plus Day, that probably most of us are not going to watch. Cars on the Road, Dancing with the Stars, the pros' most memorable dances, Epic Adventure with Bertie Gregory, Frozen Sing Along, Frozen 2 Sing Along, Growing Up. Then we have episode 4 of Marvel Studios' She Hulk, Love and Thunder, uh, Marvel Studios assembled the making of Thor: Love and Thunder. Then we have Obi-Wan Kenobi: A Jedi's Return. That is the making of that Obi-Wan Kenobi series. We'll be getting Pinocchio, Remembering. Welcome to the Club is a new short from The Simpsons. Tierra Incognita, and much, much more. That is precisely 16 days from now. We will be seeing all of that premiere on Disney Plus Day. Now, Clarence says, you think we'll get more info on the announced Marvel series? My expectation, of course, we all are only speculating. Not too many people know, but my anticipation is that we will get those blanks on that timeline that they showed us on Comic Con, when they showed us all of this slate of movies that's coming out all the way up till Secret Wars, but they had some blanks. I think we're going to get those blanks filled in. I also think we will get information, if not uh, more concrete dates, maybe of when we can expect to see some of these series. Um, I don't expect I expect probably more from the Star Wars side of thing of D23 than the Marvel side. But I do think we're going to get all of those blanks filled in on the timeline, or not, maybe not all of them, but a lot of them will be filled in on that timeline that's telling us what movies and TV series are going to be in the run up to Secret Wars. That is what I think is going to happen. Now, um, I think we're going to hear more about Star Wars because we got nothing in Comic Con about what we can look forward to as far as what else. The movies, we know about The Acolyte, we know about Andor. What else? Clarence says, I'm looking for more info on Secret Invasion, as am I. And I think for a lot of people, Secret War is the big thing, and it is. This the big, absolutely has to be because it's the big event movie that they're putting in theaters. But I'm really interested in this Secret Invasion series. I'm really interested in finding out exactly who of our characters that we have been following, who could have gotten switched out by a scroll, and when they got switched out by a scroll, was it before or after we as an audience met this character? So for instance, could Tony Stark have been a scroll the entire time? Could uh could Sharon, uh what's her name, Sharon, y'all know Sharon Carter. Gosh, I couldn't think of her name. Could Sharon Carter have been swapped with a scroll? Did she? Who? Who in the politics is a scroll and has been for a long time? Could Ross, even though we know that he's passed away, could he have been a Skrull the entire time? These are things that I'm interested in. The what do we call it? Subterfuge, where you think that you're dealing with this person, but really you're dealing with somebody else, and this is their doppelganger. I'm really. Angus said, Fury totally got Skrull. Yeah, but he did he want that? Was that by design? Did he say I would rather uh, go out in space and y'all hang out on Earth and be me? Is or did he was this something that wasn't planned at all? I don't know. So yeah, September 9th, 10th, and 11th is D23. I'm looking forward to what they announce. I hope that we get, the big hope for me is more of the Star Wars news because now I'm a Jedi now, or maybe I'm a Jedi, yeah. Um, but also more about this Avatar uh, block of movies we'll be getting over the next few years. Um, Clarence says, "Gosh darn, it happened again. I was just about to read this comment. What is going on with this bot? Let me see. How do I fix that? I don't know. I don't know why it is not liking today. Um, Now what the hell was I about to say? Oh, the Avatar stuff. We are going to see probably maybe get a little another look. We also gonna learn what we already know now, which is that they're gonna re-release the first Avatar movie in theaters. They're gonna do that, and when they do that, they're gonna pull it off of Disney Plus, so that the only place that you are going to be able to see Avatar during that window of time is going to be in the theaters. Now, you still got plenty of time to watch Avatar right now, so if you really wanted to see it, go ahead and watch it now. Or forever hold your peace. What else am I trying to do here? It's making me mad that y'all getting uh, kicked out of the dang on chat. Um, so yeah, we talked about DC fandom, just the fact that we're not getting a DC fandom, and I guess for it's a good reason. They are trying to probably keep a little quiet about they're trying to keep a little quiet about some of the stuff that they got going on, and because there has been controversy swirling around a couple of these movies. Um, Even Black Adam, simply because The Rock said the Rock says, yeah, The Rock said that fought he fought to keep Shazam and Black Adam separate. And I'm like, I think I understood what he meant. To me, it seemed like he was talking about the tone of those two movies, and that um, he wanted the introduction to Black Adam to be a more serious introduction than what you would have probably seen in a Shazam movie. So that's the way I understood it. But most of the fandom was like, for real, dude, Black Adam is a Shazam villain. So why are you trying to keep these two separate? And I hope that's not what he meant, that he was going to try to keep them separate forever. Um, but then oops, excuse me, it was also brought to my attention that The Rock has a clause in his contracts that he can't lose. So if you put The Rock, The Rock's Black Adam into a movie with Shazam, the expectation would be that Shazam would win. He is the hero. Uh, Black Adam is the anti-hero. But they're saying, oh no, 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 no. He can't lose because there's a clause in his contracts that says if he is the lead character, he cannot lose a fight. Exactly, Angus. They have the same power source, so they are inextricably linked. Freaking Black Adam and Shazam, they're linked. So hopefully, I mean, the idea is we have to see them at some point together. We have to. But because of this funky clause that Dwayne Johnson has in his contracts, how do we get around it? Unless, in order to get this movie going, he knew that, hey, at some point, you're going to have to lose. You're going to have to lose because you will face off against the one character that you are destined to meet up with, and you lose. Now, that also makes me think, will he meet up with Superman? Now, and what version of Superman is this? Because if we have one version of Superman that is, and I watched one of the animated DC movies. I think it was a movie. Anywho, it was Superman versus Black Adam, and Black Adam, because his powers were rooted in magic, Superman couldn't do anything with him because Superman does. And in some iterations of Superman, he got all kinds of magic, gives him fits. He can't F with magic. So if that is the story we're going with Superman, Superman ain't going to be able to do anything with Black Adam. He's going to kick his ass. And then Shazam will have to come in and help. That would be the only thing I can think of, just like in that animated shit that I watched. So yeah. Um but yeah, so Dwayne Johnson made some people mad even just saying that. A lot of people, I'm not going to see it now. I thought you was, you're going to see that movie. You're going to see Black Adam. You're going to, because one thing we know, and I've been saying it for years, right? Dwayne Johnson puts booties in seats. That's it. That's all. You going. Even if you don't know that you're going, you going. Even if you sleep in your bed, your spirit is going to rise up out your body and go to the theater and sit its butt in a seat to watch Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson be Black Adam. And you're going to go see the sequel. And you're going to go see the sequel to that sequel. You're going to go see the sequel to the sequel of the sequel because it's Dwayne Johnson. And he puts booties in seats. Period. Blank, blank. So, if it wasn't understood, I have explained. If it wasn't understood, I have explained. You going. Y'all are going to float right up out of y'all. It's like astral project to the theaters to see Dwayne Johnson. But yeah, eventually Shazam and Black Adam have to meet. Eventually, we know this, and when they meet, Black Adam has to lose. It was another, and this has nothing to do with what we're talking about. It just, these little pieces of information just comes to my mind, and it has nothing to do with nothing. Queen Latifah has a clause in her in her contracts that she cannot die. Um, After the movie set it off and she died, she was, you remember that movie. If you don't remember that movie, it's a fabulous movie. Um, but the Queen Latifah's character, Cleo, died. Let me, wait a minute. Oh, come here. Yeah, bring him here.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
So sorry. Yes, I had to just like really bad. Congrats, Sean.
oh,
It was
good.
only for 30 minutes. I had to just like really bad. Like, I was like, call you. I feel so bad. I'll be back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here. No, no, no. Have your pacifier. You're hungry. They bring me the hungry baby. Okay. Say hello to my friends. You want to say hello to my friends? Hmm? Say hey, yo, friends. Hey, yo, friends. Say I'm not dressed. Just I just woke up. Oh gosh. So yes, what were we talking about? Ah, you don't know. Um, what were we talking about? Oh, Angus said he's pressing the like button to calm the baby. The baby is calm. Now he's in here with his Gigi. Gigi makes everything better, right? Gigi makes everything better. I love that old lady. So, shucks, I lost my train of thought again. What was I talking about, Ash? What was I talking about? You sound like you're about to get mad. Um, oh, it's really the last thing I had on my list, too. Thank goodness. Ugh. The last thing I had on my list, besides the fact that I'm really mad about the DC fandom and how we not getting one, the last thing I had on my list was about that Knives Out sequel. They have finally released some images, and things look good. You know, I like the first Knives Out, so hopefully um, this one lives up. Oh, we was talking about Queen Latifah. Oh yeah, she got a clause in her contracts that say she can't die anymore because she was like thinking to herself even way back then, what if we had a set it off sequel? I couldn't be in it because I died and they watched me die, so I can never die again in a movie. And I hate knowing that because now if there's like if there is a chance that a character that she's playing is if that character is going to live or die, and I'm wondering how it's going to happen, and you're in this harrowing position, we now know that Queen Latifah's character cannot die. Ain't that right? See, you just like to hear people talking. Yeah, you enjoy this. This is my new producer here. He's going to tell me when the show is over. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be telling me really soon. Right? But yeah, there's just so much going on. Oh, that Lord of the Rings show. Almost forgot. That comes on September 2nd. Yeah, I think it was September 2nd. So the Lord of the Rings show, Order of the Rings, that prequel, I'm probably going to give that one a chance. I don't have HBO Max anymore, so I couldn't do the House of the Dragon thing, and to watch that prequel, that would be like committing that I'm going to watch 8 seasons of Game of Thrones, which I wouldn't mind doing if I didn't already know that they didn't stick the landing. So many people have already uh, made it clear to me that they didn't stick the landing. So now if I watch and commit eight or the time for 8 seasons out of my life, then I know that the last episode is gonna be boo boo, maybe even the last season. So there's that. Um, the show Evil that I have gotten myself addicted to, that is on Paramount Plus. I am strongly recommending. Oh, it was 7 seasons, and now you got kicked out again. Lord have mercy. I don't know. I gotta figure it out. But what was I saying? What was I saying, Ash? Hmm. Oh, it was only 7 seasons. So I would have to be committing myself to 7 seasons, and I know that the seventh season is going to piss me off. Same thing that I've been heard about Lost. I heard it was great all the way up until the way it ended. I'm not for that type of mess. This evil series that I'm watching, it better not. It better not disappoint me. Is going into season 4 or 5. Four is going into season 4 next year, and I'm like, shoot. The only thing that I think that I can not 100% say, but the thing that I think is gonna happen in Evil next season is that Doctor Boggs is going to, because he kind of, so this there's a doctor who kind of sold his soul to the devil to help him write a book. And I think that he's, in a lot of ways, he's not a bad guy. He just made a bad choice. So I believe that the nun Andrea and Leland, the devil's advocate, I believe they're gonna fight over his soul next year. But we'll see how correct I am about that. Um, yeah, I mean, he's being good right now. He came in here crying, but he seems to be doing okay now. I guess we could talk for a few more minutes if they stop kicking my friends out of the chat. You see that? They kicked my friends out the chat, man. They kicked my friends out the chat. Yeah, you said crappity doodah. Everyone's getting deleted again. Yeah, this really sucks. I don't know. I'm gonna cut the whole bot off because I do have the option. You know what? Oh, thank you. What a beautiful baby, so tiny. Yes, he's a little guy, and he snores. He snores like a big guy. Uh oh. Yeah, he might be about to let me have it, guys, and I don't, because he's hungry. You can see him trying to eat his hand. So I'm going to cut this thing off, but I'll probably be back tomorrow so we can talk about. Oh, one last thing before I go. It was Wakanda Forever. You know what? I'll save that for tomorrow too. I'll say that for tomorrow too, because he's about to blow, and I don't want to burst your eardrums. He's being good. He's being as good as he can right now. So I will talk to everybody. Thank you for joining me today, and hopefully I get my situation where I don't have my people getting cut out or kicked out of the chat. So I'll miss y'all. I'll see you guys in the next one.